Okay, what's up, everybody? So, today I wanted to talk about something I've been noticing a lot and was inspired to make a video on. It's something I've seen not just here in Florida where I am, but I've seen it all over. I've heard about it from all over, and I've seen it all over. And that's, our natural areas, our preserves, our hiking trails, our parks, you know, places that are supposed to be quiet and nice and, just going into nature, and they're starting to feel different, and it's not good, not in a good way. And I keep seeing the same pattern over and over and over again. There's uh, garbage everywhere. Rules are completely ignored. There's drug activity, and the sad thing is nobody does anything about it. And as far as like the garbage is concerned, a lot of these places do have like garbage cans, and like there's usually signs with the rules posted, and a lot of these places have like staff. So basically my question is, what is really going on? um, these are places we're supposed to just go out in nature, take our mind off things, you know have a good time out there. And instead, when you go in these places, you see bottles everywhere, just like piles of garbage and fucking just trash everywhere. And you know, worst of all, areas that clearly get used for illegal drug activity. And a lot of these trails, no one wants to go on anymore because they feel sketchy. And they don't you don't have a good vibe anymore. You see all these weirdos out and about. The other day I saw somebody on a child's bike. You're not even supposed to have bicycles there. Child bicycle, just out and about there. I don't know what was going on there. They all looked weird, like methed out or something. And sadly, this isn't just one park. You know, I've seen it many different areas. I've heard from people in other states saying the same thing. So yes, it's not just Florida. I know it's one big meme, but and I've seen it other places too. And I don't know. I was just inspired to make a video because I just think it's sad. The regular, you know, hikers and visitors, they just stop going. At the playgrounds. The kids don't go there anymore. I mean, part of that's the technology, but you know, there's no families anymore. The hikers gone. Normal people just don't want to deal with it. They have to deal with it, already in their day-to-day life, especially in the cities. So it's you know, and once all the regular people are gone, things just get worse. More and more bad people go there, and yeah, there's rules, but no one enforces them. It'll be no smoking, no motorized vehicles, no dumping, no illegal activity, obviously. And when you go out there, it's like the Wild West. Rules don't exist. People driving these four wheelers and electric bikes all throughout these places where they're not supposed to. There's places to do that. Okay. Certain places are clearly not, but we do it anyway. And it's like, these rules don't exist. Constantly ignored, repeatedly, and like openly. And after a while, it's like you start to wonder if no one enforces the rules. Why do we even have them? Like, honestly, why are there even rules? And these guys probably think we're just all a bunch of suckers. Like, look at these fools following these rules. I don't have to follow that. And some of it goes down to the management. They when the maintenance crews there, they don't ever call the police. They're doing these things that are unnecessary, mowing areas that don't need mowed. They're spraying chemicals on invasive plants. They could just pull those things up. Honestly, they're just lazy, and basically doing the stuff that makes them look busy, but doesn't fix the overarching problem, the real bad thing of trash, drug dealers, just plain unusual, unsafe behavior. It just keeps happening, and from somebody just going to go hike, these priorities seem completely backwards. They're basically doing, how do I put it, job security of things that don't really need to be done, and they don't address it at all. And you could argue, some of these rangers don't want to deal with it. Why don't they just call the police? Nothing's done, and the garbage is never picked up. I've had to pick up garbage. This is like, so, you know, these regular people are just ignoring. They don't go to the preserves anymore. No one cares, and it's just insanity. These places are supposed to be public spaces for everybody. You wouldn't want to take your kid hiking anymore at some of these places, and just when everything's ignored and not managed well, and not safe. People don't go outside anymore. And there's a variety of reasons for that. But there's your health gets worse. People stop caring about conservation, maybe even volunteering, and just your basic quality of life. You don't want to deal with that, especially some of the people are from the cities. They already have to deal with that. And yeah, I'm not saying that every one of these places is bad or that every worker ranger is doing a bad job. But something's not working. Things aren't enforced. Repeated problems just get ignored. And it just feels like the entire purpose of some of these parks and preserves just are completely ignored. And it shouldn't be this way. But, it really is as simple as that. Just went on a rant about it for a minute because I'm sick of seeing it. Honestly, these people clearly don't care about just getting away from things, going out in nature, admiring it. They just don't care. They're just here to make everyone else feel worse. It feels like with what they're doing, and it really does feel uncomfortable some of the times. But anyway, that about wraps it up. But thanks for watching.